Hello, hello. Welcome to today's session. How are you guys doing? How is it going? Happy International Women's Day. I am so happy that I have my voice back because yesterday my voice was completely gone. And if you have been here before, if you follow my content, you know that this day is so important for me. So I didn't want to miss the opportunity to come on live. So I did a few meditations, and after that, my voice is back. If it seems a little bit raspy, it's still, yesterday I had no voice. If you follow me on Instagram, you can see that I had literally no voice. So I'm super excited to be here. How are you guys doing? How is it going? Where are you tuning in from? I want to honor you today. I want to celebrate you. And I prepared a really special session that is later going to be on the podcast, where I am going to give you concepts that you are going to understand and put into practice today and make more sales. Because the reason why Prospera Mama was founded was because I believe that as women, to impact the generation that we are raising, our children, or to make a difference in the world, we need to be financially rich, stable, happy, abundant, and that only starts from within. So I am so excited to be here with you guys today. Thank you so much for the messages yesterday on Instagram. I felt a lot better. Where are you guys tuning in from? I can't wait to get started. Let's give it a few more minutes and we will get started. If you have never been to one of my lives, my name is Vanessa and I am the founder of Prospera Mama. And what I teach women to do is how to unblock the energy of sales, visibility, and confidence so that they can grow an online business with ease and get out of that, I can't do it, it's so hard, no one is buying. And it all starts from within, right? So I share a lot of neuroscience and a lot of meditation and spirituality because I believe that your business is a reflection of yourself. It's how you show up in your life is also going to impact how you show up in your business. So I'm excited to be here today because I want you to leave this live with a completely different level of mind. And I want you to leave here inspired so that you put a footprint, so that you do something different, so that you see different results with your life. If it's the first time, we usually do an activation meditation because you have the power to command every cell in your body. Whether you believe it or not, if you don't, when you leave this live, like I say every single time, Google what we are talking about and create a model of understanding for yourself. So with that said, how are you guys? Let's see. You're not coming. Good morning. Good morning. Where are you guys tuning in from? Let me know so that I can shout you out. Thank you for the love on Instagram, for the love on YouTube. Yesterday, we received that our podcast is actually ranking really high in Ireland, I think, which I thought was so interesting, right? The power of social media, guys. Like, how blessed are we? So if for any reason today, New York City, wow, I'm a Jersey girl. I was born in Jersey City, actually. Thank you for the love. Thank you, thank you. So I usually do a Wednesday in Spanish, but yesterday I couldn't come on live because I was sick. I lost my voice completely. If you see on Instagram, you will be able to see that I literally had no voice. And I meditated. And when we meditate, we change our energetic field. And when you are sick, it means energetically that first you got sick in the energetic body, and then that sickness or that lack of ease in the body creates disease, then is transferred to the physical body. That is why there's a really good book that I recommend. It's called The Body Keeps the Score. And in that book, you learn even more about how our energetic body affects our physical body, right? So I'm just grateful to be here. I am grateful to be alive. I am grateful to feel well. Happy Wednesday. What an honor and what a blessing is it that we are women and that today is a day that we get to be celebrated. I celebrated my girls inside the Align CEO because they're visionary leaders, right? They overcome themselves every single day. They want to make a difference. They want to have a different life. And I feel that should be, thank you, that should be celebrated because we celebrate so much, or we focus so much on what we can't do, what we can't accomplish, how hard it is. And I think that at some point it is amazing to actually celebrate your greatness. And I include everyone on TikTok. And the reason I'm doing this on TikTok is because you guys know you are my favorite platform. You have been so good to me. So what better than to celebrate it here? So instead of me only saying, thank you so much, I love your energy as well, because what we see in others is what we have within. So I'm super excited to be here. And if you see me moving around, it is because when I move in my chair, I feel so fired up, right? So I'm trying to also not do that as much, but if you guys see me moving, that's what it is. I always tell my girls the same thing. When we're coaching, I'm like, okay, if you see me moving, it's because I feel super fired up. So I want to start by saying that whatever it is that you want to do, whatever it is that you want to see in the change in your life, whatever it is that you want to accomplish, it is 100% doable. And not only doable, but if you have a desire or a dream, I am the person that is always going to tell you that there is no coincidence. There is never a coincidence between what you want and what you can accomplish. I actually don't think that God would give anyone a vision or a dream or something that they want to accomplish and not the person have the capabilities to doing it. What stops us is the courage that we need in order to say what it is that we want to accomplish, so that we start focusing our efforts energetically, physically, and mentally in accomplishing that. And that sounds really good. It sounds amazing, but I'm going to tell you what happens and why that process becomes so hard for a lot of people, right? So when we are, one of the biggest energy centers that influences entrepreneurs is your solar plexus. And your solar plexus is located right here in the pit of your stomach, in the gut, right? And it is said, I don't know if you've heard this before, but your gut is your second brain. So when we are feeling anxious, or when we are self-doubting ourselves, or when we continuously replay same scenarios in our head, we are holding all of those emotions here. And the tricky part here in regards to women is that women, according to energetics, and I believe it, make their confidence center is directly related to how much money a woman is going to make and is going to hold. Thank you for the love. And it's nothing more. Arkansas, I'm sorry for interrupting. Wow, welcome, Roxanne. And it's nothing more than our own internal limitations that create thoughts like, I can't do it, it's so hard, it won't work for me, no one is going to buy, it's not going to be something that I achieve, right? That's usually what happens, and those are the emotions that stay stuck in your solar plexus. If we peel the onion layers, I'm going to explain to you why it is hard for us to make changes. And I'm going to use today's example in my line of work because that is what I do, right? I don't know of another line of work. I'm going to use it in my line of work. So usually when women come and they coach with me, they're women that have a business and they want to grow online, or they want to create a coaching framework because they became healers or coaches, or they have a knowledge that they want to put into a brand or a package and sell that, right? They don't want to work for someone else, and they just want to achieve their goal or their desire through their business. And one of the things that starts happening is immediately, right? There's a part of your brain, good morning, there's a part of your brain that controls, that it's called your amygdala. And your amygdala is like your primitive brain. And it immediately goes into flight or fly whenever we are changing or creating a new habit. Because at age 35, you are a set of beliefs or behaviors, and every single thing that you think of, or how you feel, or how you react to a situation is already imprinted in your automatic nervous system. And when we are trying to make a change, all those little alerts start going off in our body, and it makes us feel really uncomfortable, and it awakens fear. Don't do it. What are they going to say? What are they going to think? This won't happen. You are not enough. When that starts happening, because that's the primitive part of our brain, it is also said that that is the ego mind that awakens, right? And your ego mind is the one that's full of limitations of why you can't do something, of why you can't accomplish it. And a funny way in which women actually give into this is when they undercharge, when they have a hard time charging for their expertise and for their value. Another way in which women give into this ego mind or primitive mind, and that actually creates more congestions of energy, is when they are trying to prove to everyone how good they are in their field or in their profession, right? So they undercharge and they are constantly looking for external validations. And even though external validations are super cool, because when one of my clients says like, "Good morning, my love," when one of my clients says like, "Vanessa, this program for me was amazing and I've never experienced another one like this," that is external validation that the aligned CEO works. That's amazing. But if you are constantly seeking external validation in order to move forward, I want to change your mindset around that. I want you to know that what happens in your body, it's a physiological process, right? So your brain has created neural pathways. That means that there's connections in your brain so that when something happens or when you have a feeling that makes you feel uncomfortable, those connections go off, they send signals to the body, and your subconscious mind has completely taken control. That means that you are not actively in charge. And when we are making a change, when we want to do a new habit, right, we already know that the amygdala is a primitive part of the brain, the one that says, no, don't do it, don't do it. So the amygdala is also connected to the prefrontal cortex. And the prefrontal cortex is the one that keeps your emotions, the one that holds your feelings in regards to situations. So imagine you are wanting to make a change, you are wanting to sell more, you are wanting to become visible. But if you are not aware, what is happening is that your primitive brain or your amygdala is activated and it's telling you, no one is going to pay you for that. You can't charge that. It's so hard. It's so much work, etc., etc., etc. These are examples that I use in business, but you can use this example the same way in your relationships, in your parenting, in any other area of your life. And if you are a woman that already runs an organization, I want you to know that your employees are a direct reflection of your internal beliefs. Whether they're good, they're bad, their performance is good, their performance isn't bad, I promise you, I guarantee it. That is why when a changed CEO is a changed organization, it's the same way. So when you are undercharging, you have a problem with showing up as the coach or the healer or the brand or the entrepreneur that you are, I want you to know that you're doing that to yourself in a subconscious manner. That means that you are allowing all of this chatter, the ego mind, the amygdala, all of this to go off, and until you don't become conscious of that and have the courage or the confidence to stand for what you want, it's not going to change. It's kind of going to go in circles, because what we do not change and become aware of, right? That's the healing part, becoming aware of it. I also want to tell you something. When you are starting on this journey that you're like, that's it, I have to make a decision. I want my life to change. I want to move forward. I want to see something different in my life. All of those alarms are going to go off. And the person that has to be in alignment to continuously take steps and move forward is yourself. And the reason why I explain it in a science, like with the science background, is because I want you to understand that yes, those are physiological processes that happen in your body, in your brain, right? That's normal. You need your brain, and it trying to keep you safe is actually good, because if you were really in front of something that was very detrimental, then you have those alarms going off. But now that you have that information, that you know that showing up and selling your services, or that showing up and having a voice is actually not detrimental but positive for yourself, you are the only one responsible of taking your body out of the past and putting your body in the present moment. And the present moment means it doesn't matter what happened yesterday, because can you go back to yesterday? No, you cannot. Can you go to tomorrow? No, you cannot. As a matter of fact, it is said that time is an illusion, that we only have this current moment. And I want you to understand this very, very well, because I feel that out of 9 years that I have in experience in doing this and coaching women, I feel that one of the biggest lies that we say to ourselves, thank you for the love. Thank you so much for the love and for the shares. And I hope that this is making sense to you guys. Is it? Let me know in the comments. I don't want to forget what I was going to tell you guys. And how do you say the words I needed to hear? Oh, my, you see, it's never a coincidence. It's never a coincidence. Yes, it's making sense. Okay. So listen to this, guys. This is so interesting. I want you, with this information, to change. I usually go live every day, my love, except Fridays, because Fridays I do private by subscription based on Instagram. So we do group healings, but I usually go live Monday through Thursday here, 10 a.m. Eastern, until usually. I mean, sometimes things come up, but in general. If not, you can hear the podcast because we upload these into the podcast. Spirit brought me here to learn from you. Oh, thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys. And I believe that, right? Because all I do is share information. I don't do anything else. I just share information that can inspire you, or at least be like, okay, you know what? That's right. Like that, I'm not going to give in to more of that mentality of like, I'm doomed or I can't do it. If somebody else was able to do it, you have the same capabilities. Maybe you have to put down the phone and not scroll so much. And I'm saying this in general for me as well. The same way that I speak to you guys is the same way that I speak to myself, right? So of course, distracting ourselves with social media and endlessly scrolling and comparing ourselves and all of that is only going to set you back, right? And you have the ability to be like, no, I don't want to do this. I'm going to, learn the craft or become better at a skill that I need, because that also increases your confidence, right? So this is one of the things that I want you to know, and I'm going to try to explain it the best that I can. And if you don't get it, it's okay. Let me know in the comments and we're going to explain it until you get it. Because if you only leave with this, I promise you that you will be able to coach yourself through any situation, that you will have a difference and a change of mind. Coco, if you're new here, is my Pomeranian that barks. And I have to show you guys, I have a healing mat because I do crystal healing. And I have a healing mat in my sofa where I record my podcast or I do my meditations. And she is very much laying on it. She loves it. They can feel so much more than we think they can. Okay. So listen to this. We're like, okay, tomorrow I'm going to change. And tomorrow I am going to do this. And then next time, like, we are working our way towards something, right? We're like, okay, I'm going to change so that I can show up live. Okay, I'm going to change so that I can charge my products or my services. Okay, I'm going to change so that I can become a better coach or a better healer, right? That's what we think. Don't you think that? Like, good morning. Don't you think? Like, okay, I'm going to change so that I can do this. And in our mind, it's like a long process, right? So I'm going to start doing this so eventually I see the change. Right? That's what we think. Like, okay, yeah, I'm going to get these concepts so that I can start changing. So here's what I want you to know. Change starts immediately with the next thought that you have. Change is not something that is like, oh, tomorrow I'm going to do it, or I'm going to get all these skills so that I can change. No, you have the ability, which I think it's so mind-blowing and so amazing. Thank you for the roses, Erica. Thank you, my love. You have the ability to change right this moment. Why, Vanessa? Why do you say that? Here's why. Because we communicate through something called an electromagnetic field. And that field is your thoughts and the magnetism from your heart. And if you still don't know this, when you leave here, you go and you Google, do humans have electromagnetic field? Is that how they communicate? So you can create a deeper model of understanding, right? Because sometimes when we bring in concepts that make us feel good and that give us hope and that empower us, the ego mind again turns on and they're like, that can't be true. It's so hard for that to be true. That's really not how it's happening, and all of these things, right? Hello, my love. Welcome. If I have to clear my throat, please, I'm sorry, but yesterday I had no voice, so today I feel like amazing, like, So if it sounds a little bit raspy, that's why. So listen, women are like, oh, okay, I'm gonna do that so I can change in a week, in a month, in 2 months. No. That is a block that you think you have to do something else to change, or that you are not worthy right now at the moment to receive. And that's why you tell yourself, okay, so when I change, when I start doing this, then I'm gonna get that. And I'm going to explain to you why that's not true. Change is changing your thoughts. When you change your thoughts, when you change the words that you say to yourself, you are changing your brain. And you can Google that as well. And when you change your brain, you are emitting new thoughts of information in the form of a frequency. So the change starts immediately in that moment. On top of that, I'm going to take this a little bit even further. Listen to this. It is said that we are not linear beings. Don't come for me. Do not come for me. I am just the messenger. So it said that we are not linear beings, and that means that in the timeline of time, there's different dimensions and different versions of ourselves. And those versions of ourselves, which I don't know why I'm talking about this, but we're going to go with the flow. Those versions of yourself are made up of the thoughts that you have at the current moments and the feelings that you have, right? So, for example, if I feel stuck and unworthy and not enough, and if I feel, just like no one is going to buy from me, I can't do this, I've been trying the hardest to do this, which, by the way, when I was in that situation, that is when I literally skyrocketed my business and never looked back. Hello, my love. Happy Women's International Day. So what time is it? Because I have coaching today. Oh, no, we still have time. Okay. So listen to this. So we think, right? Oh my God, change is going to happen in in a few months or in a few weeks or whatever. And if you weren't here for the beginning, what I was saying is that in women, one of the ways that we sabotage ourselves, one of the ways that we know if our solar plexus is blocked is when we undervalue or want to undercharge and want external validation, right? So you're really good and you want to charge a little bit because you are fearful that the person or your audience, your customers will not pay you. And that is a form of self-sabotage, but it's also directly related to you not feeling good enough or not enough, right? Like, I'm not enough yet. I have to do this to become enough. And what happens there is a few things. So I'm doing like a little recap. So when you undervalue and you are constantly trying to prove that you are the best, or that no, I know how to do that, but maybe I need to read a book. No, I know how to do that, but maybe I need another skill. No, I know how to do that, but the buts. I don't want you to judge yourself and be like, oh my God, I can do this. No, that's not what this is about. This is about creating a new level of mind, a new level of consciousness. So if you can identify with that, then this is how you clear it. This is how you overcome it. Remember, I just said that change is in the direct moment, because change means I am going to stop saying to myself, I am not good enough, I can't do this, it's too hard, who's going to buy from me? Those are mental signs. Your physical signs, meaning the things that you do, is the same that we've always talked about. Posting and praying, thinking that you're talking to 100 people when you really are talking to one, that will make a huge difference. Shiny object syndrome. Let me do this, let me start there, let me do that. The third one is all the limitations in the world, which means that we many times, can you believe this? We create chaos in our life in order for us to say, I have to attend to that chaos and I can't attend to my business or growing my business because my life is just horrible and I have all this chaotic thing going around. I want to invite you in a positive way to look at that chaos from a different point of view. And even with chaos, even with not being fully healed, even with evolving, you still can generate results. Stop giving away your opportunity to become successful to all the other things that are happening around you. Who told you that one day you wake up, everything is perfect, and you're like, okay, today I am confident and I'm going to show up live and I'm going to grow a business? That absolutely is not how it works. So, okay, the dimensions. Okay, so what I was saying with that is we think, oh my God, I have to do something to change. Like, I'm going to start incorporating this to change later. No. Remember I said, you change your thoughts and your words, that changes your brain, and you do that right now. Right this moment is when you do it, right this moment. When you choose a better thought. when you choose a more empowering thought. That's when you do it. And what I was saying is, this is why this works. So on a timeline of time, it is said that there's several versions of us that exist because we are multidimensional. This is what I think. You can take it or leave it. In each dimension, there is a better version of yourself. You know how people say your highest self? Okay. And those versions of yourself are made up or evolve based on your internal beliefs. So if you decide to change your thoughts right now, that is going to signal completely different energy in your body and outside of your body, in your electromagnetic field, and the change starts immediately. You can see the difference today and right now. It's not about waiting to get something for you to believe in the difference. No, it takes courage for you to understand that that higher version already exists and that your job really truly is, because you can have the best marketing and you can have the best business coach or tactics. Humans do not move because of rationality. They don't move because it's the best tactic or because it's the best marketing advice, right? We move because of our emotions. We cry because we feel sad. That's an emotion. We run because we have adrenaline. That's an emotion or a chemical. And emotions are chemicals in the body, right? That's what drives us or keeps us stuck. Ask yourself, when I am sad, depressed, or anxious, or doubting myself, do I want to do something other than lay in my bed and scroll through my Instagram? No, that's all you want to do. That's all we want to do, because I include myself there as well. But I want to change that thinking. I want you to know that the change starts right now, right this moment. You have access to it. Because if I change what I am thinking and what I am saying to myself, I am emitting different energy. And when I emit different energy, I upgrade. It's a biological upgrade. That means that internally your cells upgrade and so do you. It takes courage to move forward. But this is like a moving forward where you are going to feel amazing and you're going to detach from outcomes, right? So one of the things that I tell the girls in the Align CEO when they want to make more money is, okay, we're not going to concentrate on you wanting to make more money. I love money. I'm a bougie healer. I think that every woman should have a lot of it. I don't believe in like scarcity or a little bit, or if you like YSL, then you're bad. No, I believe you can have anything that you want, that you like. I celebrate you. I applaud you. I cheer you on, right? That's what I feel. Because energy is just money, and money is just energy, and how we react to it is how it reacts to us. And when we are, like when I'm coaching inside the Align CEO, instead of having them focus on what they're going to achieve, because they don't even believe it themselves, and I'm being completely honest, I want them to teach their body, how does joy or freedom feel? Because you attract based on how you feel. So if I can have them teach their body and rewire an old belief of I can't do this, I'm stuck, it's not working, to freedom and joy, they are detaching from the outcome of having money. So when somebody comes with a money block, right, they're like, oh my God, if I tell them, okay, visualize money and how you're going to bring it, you truly do bring things from your heart. That's where you call them in from. But when we have money blocks or money stories or lacking confidence or a congested solar plexus, the last thing that we really can get in tune with is attracting more money. Because the first thing that happens, like I said at the beginning, is the amygdala goes off. And that's the primitive part of the brain, your ego mind, that says, that doesn't work, it's a lie, it won't work for me, right? That's what happens. But if you tell someone, teach your body, how does the emotion of joy and freedom and happiness and peace, that person, without even knowing, is raising her vibration, will attract the money to them. But since they have no emotional outcome, they can't think, oh, I'm not worthy of the money to receive, because I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about joy and freedom. And joy and freedom, one is love and the other is money, if you want to know that. So if you have a hard time visualizing or really believing that you can achieve something, I promise you, if you start teaching your body how does joy and freedom feel, you are only in the present moment, nothing else. You are not thinking about the bills that you have to pay or the kids or all the other things or how you feel so embarrassed to share your product, your service, your knowledge, your expertise. No, all you're doing is in the present moment trying to bring up the emotions of joy and freedom. And that in the back part of it, is is raising your vibe, right? Your level of consciousness, so you will attract other things, the things that you want. You will start moving forward. It takes courage to stay confident in your message when you haven't seen validations. And I want you to also ask yourself, am I doing this from a place of joy and freedom where I don't care what happens, what the result is? I just care to feel that in my body. Or am I doing this but internally believing it won't happen for me? This is not really how it works. It's too good to be true. I've tried 100 things. So if you are in that I don't know, rat chase, rat wheel, whatever it is, start teaching your body how the emotions feel, because emotions are the language of the body. Feelings are the language of the body, and electricity or thoughts are the language of the brain. And you know, it's so funny because even after this, some people are like, so what do I do first? How can I bring up the feelings of joy and freedom? Good morning. Watch a happy video, listen to a happy song, and also start teaching your body how does that feel. So a way that you can do that is think for a moment of a memory that you have that gave you all the joy. So it could be the birth of your child, it could be graduation, it could be when you got married, it could be when you, I don't know, hit a milestone, whatever it is. That memory is full with joy or freedom or excitement. So if you bring that to your mind, you will be just like when you bring bad, negative things into your mind. You will be distilling those emotions in your body. The same thing happens to when you remember something really, really exciting, or something really, really amazing, when you had a lot of gratitude, when you saw that baby for the first time, or when you found out you were pregnant, or when you got the job that you were looking for. That's all you have to do. It's bring that memory to mind. I mean, how amazing is that? How amazing are you, and how amazing is humanity? Like, how incredible is it? Get out of the box of, it's horrible, nothing happens for me, it doesn't work, I can't do this, and give your automatic nervous system a little break. Get out of the box. You are unlimited. You are limitless, whether you believe it or not believe it. If you don't believe it, then start reading books on epigenetics, quantum physics, spirituality. Sit down and meditate, quiet your mind, and you will see how so many things change. I had a hard time even thinking that we were really, truly a self-healing machine, our body. And it's so funny. I see this every single day. If you go back on Instagram, you will see yesterday I had no voice. And instead of getting stressed and, anything else, obviously for me to celebrate Women's International Day is a big thing, because I believe in the endless possibilities. I believe that a woman is the change maker in her home, is the reference that the generations that she is raising is looking up to, because kids look at what you do, not at what you say. And I meditated, I changed my state of mind, and my voice is back. I mean, not completely, but I'm so grateful and so happy and so excited. So that is what I want to, you have a crown, and I tell this to the girls in the Align CEO, and you have to sometimes adjust it. And that means that stop playing small. Stop it. It's so ridiculous, to be honest with you. It's like the same tape over and over and over. When are you going to get done with it? Like when you get sick, when you really age and you really, it's going to be harder. When, and rested, and today feel new. Yes, me too. I feel so much better. I was like, okay. So I told the girls too in the Line CEO and Easy Structure. Glenda is one of the ladies that I coach. She has 3 new clients. She is completely killing it. She has what took her 2 years to do. She finished it in 8 weeks, and she is literally every day stepping into that new version of herself. Mainly because if she doesn't, then I pull her right back in. And I'm like, okay, let's go. Let's do this. Do you know that yesterday I was talking to one of my clients and I said to her, listen, your next goal has to be, she's making 74K a month. And I said, no, your next goal has to be 100K. That has to be the next goal. And to be honest with you, I'm gonna tell you like a little secret. One of the things that I wanted to not do was channel. I didn't want to channel because I was like, I'm not really sure, and what's gonna happen and all of these things. And then I said one day, doesn't matter if this is it, then let it be it, because that means that my ego mind is put asleep, and I know that the message that comes through is going to be for the person and for their highest good, right? That's just how I think of it. So yesterday I had a message for her and I told her, listen, your next level is 100K, and I want you to start working on that 100K right now. Like, I want that to be your next monthly 100K. And could you believe that she was like, this makes total perfect sense. Okay, 100%. Just guys, just me telling her that opened her awareness to now her outlook, or what she's looking for, is the 100K. She's very coachable as well. So for her, it's not like a matter of whether I'll do it or not. For her, it's more of a matter of like, let me look for it. Just by doing that and quieting down the ego mind that says, impossible, you can't do that, that's going to be so hard, where are you going to get your clients to fill the next 30 so that you can make 100? All those things that your amygdala and then your prefrontal cortex starts taking over, that raise in awareness gave her, literally, she was like, okay, all right, I'm going to, it's fine. I'm open to seeing it. I can bet you that she's going to make those 100K. I can bet you. And you don't need me to do that. You don't. You can do it yourself. That's the truth. Your belief in yourself starts with your belief in yourself, and then taking aligned action on that belief. And for me, that meant doing cringy things that maybe I didn't want to do, but it was part of my coaching program, because my coach makes $1 million and I want to make the $1 million. So even if it was a little bit cringy, I still did it, and it gave amazing results, right? And the same thing with my girls. So you don't need anyone outside of yourself. What you need to do is, and this is so funny because it says that we only receive what we feel worthy of receiving. And if we break that down, wouldn't that make sense? If I'm telling you that when you go into a place, there's 3 things that are going to give you messages or information. The first one is your electromagnetic field. When somebody's high vibe or low vibe, right? When they feel like, when you go into a place and you feel like, oh my God, I can't be here because I'm totally drained of energy, or oh my God, this person gives me life. I leave here feeling so amazing. That's the first indicator. The second one is what you connect with your senses, right? What you hear, what you say, what you see, what you smell. That connects you. And the third thing that connects you to your environment is your internal beliefs. That's it. Those are the 3 things that connect you to your environment. And you have power over those 3 things. Over all those 3 things. As a matter of fact, when you start thinking about what you want to reach and where you want to go, you're creating a mental image in your brain called metacognition. And I want to tell you something. You have the option. You either move forward or you stay where you're at. That's it. My suggestion is, if you're going to stay where you are at, do not complain and do not raise more cortisol and adrenaline in your body. That's it. The contrary to that would be to have the courage to move forward in whatever it is that you want. And you do not give anyone outside of you that power. No coach, no healer, no business coach, no marketing, no one. One thing is that you're like, no, I need to learn how to grow my business. I need the marketing and I need this and I need the energetics. That's amazing. That speeds up results. Yes. But if you're like, no, I can't do that because I don't have a coach, or no, I can't do that. No, that's not true. That's not true. Absolutely not true. Because your coach, either way, they're not going to go into your head and change your thoughts. That is a personal decision that you make when you're completely fed up with the situation that you're currently living in. That's it. Nothing else. There's no magic bullet. There's information that you take You use it to your advantage, meaning you take what resonates with you and you take action upon that. Nothing else. There's habits. If you don't have a routine, you're gonna have a hard time, because you're gonna be overwhelmed, and you're gonna use that overwhelm as an excuse to not move forward. I don't have time. I can't do this. I have no idea. Listen, right now, with everything that we have, all the resources that we have, no one has an excuse for anything. There's no excuse. There's nothing. None. Zero. I don't care what you say. I can debunk that right now. Nothing. Oh, I don't know how to write copy. Okay, get artificial intelligence, Chat GPT, Jasper, hundreds of them. Oh, I don't know how to design, and I don't know what I do. Again, AI, even Canva has now AI. Oh, I don't know what I should talk about. I don't know how to create the, I don't know what I'm talking about, or give a solution to my problem, to my audience. Then find out who your ideal client is, because you don't know it yet. That's not a sin. People get like so caught up in when you say you don't know your ideal client. People are like, and why am I talking about this? Because you need an ideal client so that you can sell online. Whatever it is, whether it's your service, your products, your brand, whatever it is, that is the best way that you will get to 6 figures. You cannot think that you're talking to everybody, because you are absolutely not. You're lying to yourself, right? So wouldn't it make sense that for me to create a new reality, I would have to create new habits in my life? The habit of waking up and maybe meditating, the habit of maybe changing my mind when I am talking about things like, I can't do this, it's so hard, it won't work, right? New habits will change your life. I promise you. Lastly, before I go, because I have to go coach, when it says that it is said that you only receive what you feel worthy of receiving. And I want you, for the rest of the day, if you do this and you tag me on Instagram, I will give you a free gift. It's a little beautiful sage with roses infused. I promise you. I'm going to send them all out tomorrow if you do this. And I love you too. And all I want you to do is completely speak from your heart for the rest of the day. When we speak, look, I put myself out there as well. You know how I speak fast because I'm like so into it? That's also an indicator that it's my mind, right? That I'm speaking from my mind. But for you to connect with other humans, which we are all bound by this invisible field of information, this heart consciousness, that magnetism from your heart is what bounds all humans, all living things. I want you to speak from there today, especially since it's Women's International Day. That's where I want you to speak from. If that means that you have to speak a little bit slower, a little bit more paused, I promise you that the heart carries an intelligence. Are you getting this? And is this making sense? I'm seeing very little movement. This should inspire you and make you feel so excited that I didn't say to go and get another job or work 16 more hours or hustle until you are completely adrenal fatigued out. That's not what I said. I said you are going to speak from your heart. Not because it sounds beautiful or cliche, even though it sounds beautiful. You have a heart intelligence. There's a field of information, of intelligence that is stored in your heart. I Google it. Why do you think your heart emits the only energy center in the body? Your heart chakra is the only one that emits magnetism, information, intelligence in the form of up to 10 feet away from your body. You are very welcome. Thank you for being here. That's how it works. I want you to speak for the rest of the day from your heart. That's it. That's what I want you to do. That is going to increase your self-love and your self-worth. Yes, that's it. That's all I want you to do. And if you do it, or if you tag me on Instagram, I will send you a beautiful sage infused with roses for Women's International Day. That's it. Nothing else. You don't have to do anything else. That is going to get you out of that primitive system of stress and flight and cortisol. You killing yourself about what you didn't do yesterday or where tomorrow is going to go is taking you out of the opportunity to create something right now. And I just gave you sound information as to how you can create something right now, right? I told you, you are multidimensional. Change starts with one thought at a time. When you change your thoughts, you're changing the information you're putting out in the field. That is how humans communicate. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. Nothing else. You are very welcome, my love. I want to thank you and honor you for always being here, for supporting me, for loving me like you do. I am sending all of my love to all of you. I hope you have an incredible day. And that to me means that you do not forget who you are and why you're here and how amazing and powerful and impactful you are. It doesn't matter what happened yesterday. It doesn't matter if you felt like crap. It doesn't matter if things didn't go your way. You have the full opportunity of today. And with this new level of mind is where you are going to work today. And when you go to bed, analyze. Oh my God, I felt so much better. I still have energy. I didn't lose my temper, or I didn't scream. I felt empowered. I did things that I never had done before. That's it. So can we agree that that is what we're going to do? We are going to lead from our heart. And last thing, I promise, because I'm leaving. When you do that, you are changing the field of the collective, of everyone else, of everyone. It's not only you. It's of your family, it's of your neighbors, it's of your city, it's of everywhere. It's of us in this container. I promise you. Google it again. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys. I will see you tomorrow at, again, 10 a.m. Tomorrow we'll do a little bit of a meditation. And thank you for those that have applied to Align CEO. Thank you for those that have subscribed to Friday on Instagram, where we do group healing. I love you guys. I'm appreciative. I'm grateful. Thank you for giving me a platform to speak my truth and share information. How can it get better than this? I don't know. And we will talk to you guys soon.